Good evening, everybody. This is Joseph Crudup. Welcome to the Joseph Crudup Show. Today is May the 25th, 2021, on a Tuesday. 1 year ago, the world has shocked us because of George Floyd. George Floyd had died after being kneed down by the police. George Floyd was a good man, as always, and has been a nice guy and a nice big man that we always had, we always know. He's the best man we ever know. 1 year ago, David Sherman rehearsed his knee on George Floyd's neck with 9 minutes and 28 seconds. The next thing you know, he killed him. The world has been shocked of everything that has been, everything that had gone through. The anger, the frustration, the heartbreaking. The next day, people are getting ready to destroy the community. A lot of people have been frustrated. And the Ford family, so pissed and heartbroken. They didn't want this to happen. George Floyd's life has been taken. He was unarmed. He was being kneeled down. He couldn't breathe. He was calling for his mama to come home. As you always know, George Floyd had never stopped fighting. He never had and he never will. Until his life is to be taken. His life has been taken by the cop. Has never that we haven't never seen this whole life that we are now. As for the other people that I saw about a year ago, last year, May 25th, 2020, was the worst day of our lives. I wasn't on tape. I wasn't on video. People got phones on their videos. We all know what has happened, and they put it on the news. I never know this might have happened. It was about a year ago. On this day, I never know why George Floyd had to fight for his life. Crying, telling the cop that he couldn't breathe. I never seen those more than all of this before. I never know and I never saw it, but I saw it on video when I was sitting down. I was like, oh man, what has happened? So, 3 days later, I was in here doing the video on the Joseph Crudup Show on May 25th. And I'm talking about this all over again. People were pissed off. People are here to there to destroy the communities, and they did. Rioting and looting may hurt their chances, may hurt everybody, may hurt Floyd family. The Floyd family told them not to do it, but they were supposed to protest. Now it's what it is. What it's all about. This is how that things happen, and they all know it. They all know about it. But they'll have a right to be angry because of this George Floyd thing having has life taken by a cop that knows how what is out about it. Now, that was a year ago. And here we are today, peacefully in for those things that we had doing. Now, Joe Biden has been invited the Floyd family in the White House. That was today. Now let's take a look let's check this out and see what's going on. George Floyd family. Well, I know that George Floyd had died about a year ago, and people who remember George Floyd. Now, 1 year ago, here's a look. Let's go to the NBC News. And it says civil rights activist Kevin McCall was among 20 of some people who marched through downtown New York City where the resource repair played Tuesday. Still, get your knee off our necks. The demonstrators, which he organized, had multiple goals. McCall said narrowly to announcers that it has been a year since George Floyd died under the knee of the 10 and then Minneapolis police officer, who is white. But it was to celebrate reforms in New York City and elsewhere across the country. He said in an interview Tuesday afternoon, McCall's demonstration was one of several moral events taking place Tuesday, the 1 year anniversary of George Floyd's killing in Minneapolis. People gathered throughout the day to remember Floyd near the site where he died. An annual that has come to the known as George Floyd Square. A celebration of his life was held in Houston, where he spent most of his life, and in Washington, D.C., members of Floyd family visited the White House to meet President Joe Biden. We called family members after Chevron was convicted. In New York, McCall and 4 others, including Marlon candidate Sean Donovan, knelt outside the entrance to the Homeland Tunnel, which connects Manhattan and New Jersey, for 9 minutes 29 seconds. The light of time Derek Chevron knelt on Floyd's neck. Chevron was convicted of murder last month and is scheduled to be sentenced on June the 16th. The small group was arrested and charged with expediting traffic. McCall and the police spokeswoman said they were each receiving it as summons before their release. A lot needs to be done, McCall said, a short time after he had been released from police custody. We need to be able to pass the George Floyd Act. We need to be able to continue to root out racism in police departments across the country and in New York City. He said the group performing what he described as civil disobedience for justice. Sometimes you have to be extremely things to do. Sometimes you have to do extreme things for extreme measures to get justice, he said. Floyd's death promoting a summer of international protests against police brutality and calls for change in policing. It has also come to symbolize and has given momentum to the fight for racial justice. Still, the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, which will ban chokeholds and limit to no knock warnings, among other police accountability reforms, has started in Congress and in paramilitary that has frustrated activities and members of Floyd's family. Floyd's sister, Bridget Floyd, did not travel to Washington to meet Biden. She and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Farrell were among a few hundred people who gathered at the Commonwealth Park near the U.S. Bank Stadium in the city. She said she didn't meet with Biden because he hadn't delivered on his promise to act the police reform. In language named after her brother by the 4th anniversary of Floyd's death, the Star Tribune reported. I think Biden needs to make it right, she said. He broke his promise. The members of Floyd's family who didn't meet in privacy with Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris at the White House also called for the measure to pass at a brief news conference outside the White House. They expressed gratitude to Biden and Harris for meeting with them and listening to their concerns. They said the president is committed to police reform. Personalizing Floyd. Floyd's brother said the board the homeowner meeting went great and he called Biden a genuine guy. He said that both Biden and Harris always speak from their heart. If laws can be created to protect the black legal from the knowledge, Floyd said, you can make freedom laws to protect people of color. Brandon Williams, Floyd's nephew, says that Biden is showing them he supports the George Floyd Justice in Political Act, but that he wants to make sure if the white bill and not a Rust bill. Williams said Biden told them he was unhappy that the ensuring the measure hasn't been passed by the anniversary of Floyd's death. Floyd's relative was scheduled to meet later Tuesday with SIS, Cory Booker, DNJ, and Tom Scott, RSC. Early Tuesday, Benjamin Crump, an attorney for the Floyd family, who also met with Biden and Harris, announcing that the George Floyd Community Burden Volume Fund will provide grants in the amount of $5,000, $10,000, or $25,000 to the local businesses and organizations committed to provide positive change. The city of Minneapolis reaching a $27 million statement with Floyd's family in March that including a $500,000 donation to the community on the Mountains to Metro 38 and Chicago Avenue, now known as George Floyd Square. The $500,000 will be used towards the coronavirus fund. A tribute and bailing release is scheduled to take place Tuesday evening at Colonial Hollins in the Dole Ward in Houston, where Floyd spent most of his life. The event will be hosted by U.S. Rep. Sheila Jackson Lee, Texas, Democrat Texas. She will be joined by members of the Floyd family. So as you see, ladies and gentlemen, it's just another time for this time. After what happened last year, Floyd has been taking his life by the police. George's life has been taken by the police by David Chauvin, who had his knee on his neck 9 minutes and 25 seconds. 9 minutes and 29 seconds. And I always know that people knows how their things have went. They all know that the Floyd family have went through a lot. That was last year. And we know that if we could tell that his daughter, little daughter, telling everybody, why is my daddy gone? Why is my father gone? Far away. That's what I know. But this is all about drama, high drama, and it's always concerned. You can tell why. Because we always know all about this, how this has that. It must end. We all know about the Minneapolis, Minnesota bombing, and a lot of people, protesters, demonstrators. It's all about racial justice. But we have to respect that. We have to respect the community. We have to respect the officers. And we have to respect our enemies. And just like that, just like I've been respected by everybody, I learned how to love and respect the power of love. The power of love means everything. For George Floyd, for the George Floyd family, for the whole world. entire Black Lives Matter. No, I made that DVD movie documentary on a movie called Black Lives Matter, and it have been directed by me. I'm being directed. I'm being created. I created this video. I created this video because I love this movie, documentary movie that I love. I love creating this movie because I'm doing this. I'm doing this about 5 months ago. 5 months ago, I did doing a career. That was 5 months ago, and I love it. And they're talking about, and people have been talking about Whiting King, Trayvon Martin, and you got Michael Brown, and now and then George Floyd. We're talking about Andrew Brown getting shot 5 times while after he got hit a tree. We were seeing him taking off and hit a tree. But to all you know, Black Lives Matter that I did make the DVD was special. I was special that I did, and I watched it. And it has Michael B. Jordan, Carter B., Jamie Foxx, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Reverend Oshaw. Those are the cast that I did. It was so special. It really touched our hearts. Really touched my heart for real. So I saw that now that we all know that we were remembering George Floyd. He died last year. He was with his mom in heaven and talking about this whole stuff that we then doing. But that well, George Floyd is watching his family. They're pulled for this one, and you know, if we haven't died today, if we haven't got killed today, if everybody haven't got killed today when they were unarmed, they wouldn't be arrested today. Well, anyway, it is what it is. That's what people make special. That's what it's all about. And the Floyd family. What happened about a month ago when Debbie Shelby was found three counts of murder and manslaughter, found guilty for all 3 charges. Here we are today. Here we are today. Peaceful and happiness, and it needs to be done. We all know, people out there. I don't care if you're a bad one. I don't care if you're white. I don't care if you are anything. But I have the respect for the people, for friends. I have to respect to our friends, our family, our neighbors, and myself. And also, I had a relationship with God. Because we always know the King has come. First, about this first, if you see me on my YouTube channel, you could go to www.youtube.com/the Joseph Crudup Network. All you have to do is subscribe to this video, and I hope you enjoy this because this is so special for me to say this. That is as the other word that we always know. I always know about this in my heart. So anyway, Joseph Crudup here at 8 o'clock each day, and I will see you next time. Till then, take care, everybody. Peace and love. Remember of the George Floyd family. Remember of the life of George Floyd.